Are you looking to buy a home for $700,000 in Chesterfield County? This video is for you.
All right, guys, so we're at our first house here on Carindale Drive in Newmarket, and we're looking at this beautiful house in the background. What makes this house slightly unique versus the other two? Well, you're going to notice right off the bat, it's got a higher price per square footage at $219. What does that mean in relation to what the house looks like? Well, you're going to see some hardwood floors that are engineered. You're going to see some upgrades that in the other ones, since this house was built in 2016, it's going to be a little bit nicer. Some of the things that have come to bear in the past 10 years as far as home construction, you're going to notice that in a house like this. It's actually beautiful when you go inside. Look at that bathroom. You're probably trolling through some of these pictures. Look at the bathroom. You're going to see his and her vanities, updated bathrooms. You're going to see that beautiful soaking tub, all the things that you're going to want to probably have for yourself in a house like this. Now, the other houses, yes, they're going to have very similar outlines, but pay close attention to some of the upgrades and details, because that 4 bedrooms, 3.5 baths, that's exactly what you're going to want as far as maybe an expanding family to move into this price point.
Yeah, and a big thing is going to be even just a craftsman style versus an older transitional style. So the next two that we're going to look at, you'll see you're going to go to a little bit older style of homes. If you want the updated craftsman, you want new construction, this is a great place to look. You can actually even go buy a brand new house in here still. So here, Roundtree, you can get something that's brand new and do a full custom build if you want to spend even a little bit more money. But ultimately, now we're going to go show you something that's a little bit older, still nice finishings like Galen said. You'll still get granite, you'll still get hardwoods, but again, just a little bit older style. But we'll show you essentially how that price per square footage is going to come down, and we're going to get you more square footage for your buck. So let's go check out house number 2. So now we are standing at house number 2, which is in Summerlake. Now Summerlake, if you look on a map between Newmarket and Roundtree, which is literally only a couple miles away. So you're really, really close to the last neighborhood we were in, still conveniently located into town. But what you'll notice about Summerlake is the start of this neighborhood was built around 2005. So now you're getting a house that's almost 20 years old, but as the economy's kind of picked up, as we went back into heavy building, they've actually started building more new construction in the back of Summerlake as well. So you're going to see prices range in here. Again, we're sticking to a $700,000 price point for this video, but we have a listing right this second that's almost $1.1 million that sits in the back. So kind of we were talking a minute ago, new construction, high-end finishes. You can spend $1 million in here, but we're showing you again, what does $700 get you? You still get all the amenities. You get a clubhouse, you get volleyball courts, you get tennis courts, you get a pool. But Galen, talk to them a little bit about the house now that we're shifting to, again, just different style, different year built, all that good stuff.
And as we kind of mentioned, for once you're in this price point, whatever house you find, it's going to be excellent. It's going to be really nice quality. We're just looking at small differences. Obviously, year was built. This was built in 2005. Now, this house versus the last house. Last house was about 3,189 square foot. This one's 3,784. It's a little bit bigger, but at $178 per square foot, it's got a little bit lower price tag as far as the per square footage. Now, what does that mean? Well, as you look at some of these pictures, yes, you're gonna see very nice open space, great cabinets. Maybe you're gonna see maybe an older style cabinet, still excellent, but not the shaker that we saw maybe in our other videos or even in that last house. This house has 5 bedrooms, 3.5 baths. The other house had 4. Even in the marketing of this house, they say, hey, use that extra bedroom as maybe a man cave or an additional office. So there's a couple of trade-offs that you're going to notice. All of the houses that we're going to take a look at, if you're looking for garage space, all of them have 2-car garages, really nice. This house actually has a lovely fenced-in backyard, so maybe you got Fluffy in the backyard there, want to run around there. That's also an option for you. I believe they refinished the floors in 2022, so those are going to be extremely nice. Something indicative of some of the houses that you're going to see on the market right now and even going forward. People are going to make slight kind of renovation changes. They're going to talk to a realtor, say, hey, what can I do to maximize my profit? What changes prices. And if you're looking at this video and you're wondering, well, what can I do? Feel free to reach out to Jared and myself. We can kind of talk you through what are some upgrades maybe in the kitchen or in the bathroom that's going to make you the most amount of money when you bring your house to market.
Yeah, and I think this one's priced at $675, right? So we're $25,000 less than the last one with 600 extra square feet. So that's why I really love these videos, because as you look through the pictures, hopefully it's letting you kind of get a picture for your family, because you may say, hey, I don't need that much space. I just want the best finishings I can get for this price point, if that's what you're approved for. You may also say, hey, I need more space. Maybe you're living with in-laws. Maybe you got 3, 4, 5 kids. And for that reason, we're going to take you to our last house, which now we're going to show you, which for the same price as the first one, we're going to get you 4,000 plus square feet, still keep you in Chesterfield, in fact, Midlothian. And we're going to show you what you can get that's 4,000 plus square feet for 700,000. So we'll hit that last property and wrap up there. Let's go. All right, so we are at our last house, and this is in Charter Colony. So Charter Colony is a place that had typically older, again, traditional style houses, colonial houses, a lot of brick facades on the front with siding in the back, but a really good place where if you're looking for a lot of square footage, you can get it for a very inexpensive price and still be central to Midlothian. So Galen, give them a little bit of a rundown. What are we looking at? Price per square foot?
So
price?
kind of just like piggybacking on that, when we look at these other houses, this is the biggest house thus far. So it's up 4,400 square foot. So that brings you kind of about $157 price per square foot. So that is going to be the lowest that we have seen thus far. And as with many houses built in 2005, you're going to see some of the design choices that were pretty typical in that area. So looking at the other houses, they all had hardwood floors throughout, some of them engineered hardwood floors. This house is definitely going to have hardwood floors, but if you notice, look at some of these bedrooms. Now we're going to see carpet and things like that. You're going to see beautiful ensuite bathrooms, but maybe a little bit dated dual vanities. Really nice quality. You're going to really be happy with it, but it still gives you as a homeowner some opportunities if you want to make some upgrades down the line. So this house has got 6 bedrooms, 5.5 bathrooms. That is a lot. So as Jared mentioned, we're going to look at some of these options and see, like, look at this kitchen. You guys can kind of see it through those pictures. A nice original cabinetry. You're going to see the granite, but all these other things that are maybe we saw in some of the newer houses, there might be a little bit lacking here, but gives you an opportunity to reach out to your realtor and say, like, hey, Jared, what can I do to command a higher list price when I go to market? We're happy to kind of run those consultations. We do that pretty regularly with our clients because we want them to make sure that when they put a house in the market, it does 2 things. It sells for the most money possible and as quick as possible. It's really interesting. Look at some of the houses that we kind of considered. They've got price reductions. They've been on the market for 44 days, 21 days. That is something that you have to consider, but if you market it correctly, you're kind of be obsolete for some of those.
Yeah, so what we've seen today is from about $160 all the way up to $220, so $60 price per square foot range, all within 8 minutes of each other for these houses. All of them were almost on the same size lot, right around 1/3 of an acre. But ultimately, if you wanted to get a bigger acreage lot, that can happen in some of the neighborhoods like Roundtree, Newmarket. They have some half-acre, full-acre lots if you're willing to go up on your budget a little bit. And just in general, in Chesterfield County, a lot of that B-roll we took down Otterdale, Old 100. You can also get stuff out of a neighborhood if you want to. And the last thing is Charter County also has a lot of basement lots. So if you're looking for an even bigger house, typically once you add that basement, that square footage price is going to come down even more. So if you wanted to even get maybe into the 130s, 140s per square, but then get maybe 5,000 square foot, this is another good neighborhood to check out. But the fact of the matter is, if you're looking to buy a house in Richmond, Virginia, we would love to help you. All of our contact information is below. So if you're relocating here, please feel free to reach out to us. We love hearing from our YouTube subscribers. If you haven't already, please subscribe, like, follow us, and let us make your transition to Richmond as easy as possible. As always, this has been another video of living in Richmond, Virginia, and we appreciate you watching, as always.